Hi, my name's Sarah Clements, and I'm going to talk to you today about my career choice, which is event planning. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I'm Barbara Buck. I'm Shirley.
I'm Suzette.
I'm Pat.
John.
Janie.
John.
That's John.
We jumped again.
Like I said, today I'm going to talk about event planning and give you a little bit more in detail. One of the most successful things in event planning is not only giving your client what they ask for, but going above and beyond those expectations. One of the top 4 things that you need to think about when becoming an event planner or choosing to be an event planner is what city, what type of event planning, the different tricks of the trades, and the things that you don't really know going into it. When you look at the different cities, there are multiple cities that have event planning. Some of the top 5 are New York, District of Columbia, Napa, Connecticut. These different places have one of the highest grossing salaries for event planners. Not only are they one of the busiest for VIP events and conferences, but they also do smaller events as well. Leading us into our chart here, you can see how the summary of the salaries have gone up since 2004 and back down since 2014 with a slight incline since the drop. Differences between conferences, weddings, and VIP events, those are very large. Those are the very typical events that you hear of where event planners are needed. Smaller ones that you wouldn't think of are business dinners. When there's a large business that is just getting together for a dinner or a meeting for a dinner, those types of event planners are normally within the company. Same for team building, but then there are also event planners that do family gatherings. If you want to do a large family reunion, there's somebody that can help you with those. Different tricks of the trade. Every single event planner has some way of doing their own thing, putting their own spin on something. But for general knowledge, they have to follow the same patterns. They have to be able to create a timeline and stay within that timeline. Not only are you giving yourself enough time to plan the event, but also during the event and the setup of the event. If you run over time for the setup, you've now run into a problem. You're in the middle of your event. Making lists is a big help. Not only does it keep you organized, but it can kind of be your checklist. Go off, see what still needs to be done, and that way you can also delegate to other people, not just having you be in charge. You can delegate that work. A lot of people now use technology, using a phone or a tablet as their checklist. I personally like everything handwritten. That's just how I like to have things done. And then the final thing is handling the big things first. You have your big categories when you make a list. And through those categories, you'll have smaller categories. And then below those, subcategories. And each time you can check off a big item, you can then focus on the details. It's like building a cake. If you need to build a cake, you start with the batter. You build the batter, then you make the decorations and baking, and go on so forth and so forth, from the bigger to the smaller. Different things, like I had said, that people do differently, but a lot of people do not realize that asking for help is a huge part of being an event planner. You may be planning the event, but you have a whole team and the venues to use to help you create this event and make it go off without a hitch. Another reason that you need to think about the event itself is, yes, you know what it is. You know if you're planning a wedding or a convention, but there are many types of weddings. There's a very casual wedding that's outdoor, or there's a very formal black tie event. You need to look at your audience, you need to look at your type of venue that you have and the event and how exactly the host wants to have the event portrayed. And then at the end of all events, take time and get together with your staff, with the venue, and see what worked for you. If they did something really well that you liked, compliment them on it. Comment on it. If there's something that didn't work so well, get the feedback so you can change it and improve for the next time. A lot of people don't understand how hard it is to be an event planner. They think, oh, okay, I can sit there, I can do this. There are many things that you don't know going into it that can kind of blind you. Like I said, you have a team. You can't control everything. You can try to make it as perfect as you can, and with that, leave it to your team to assist. If you take the reins and never let go, nothing will get done. All work and no play means exactly that. You will go to parties, you will go to weddings. All these different events can be very glamorous, But in the end, you have to remember, you're working. This is work for you. You are not there to be a guest and enjoy. Fly on the wall is the same. It is a similar aspect. You need to blend in. By blending in and staying back, you can have an overall visual of the event, see what's going on, see what things need to be taken care of, and that way you can stay ahead of any problems. Same thing, time check. This is a 24-hour job. Your phone will be going off constantly. Not only will your phone go off with emails, text messages, and phone calls, but it's very important that you reply back within a good manner of time. By doing that, you'll be able to keep the progress of your event moving forward without having any delays and any miscommunication. And the final one is attached at the hip. You will be attached to your phone or your cell phone, your laptop, any type of technical device, your planner. It will be with you 24/7, and it's important that you keep it with you. Just to review, you need to know what city you're in, because your city affects not only your salary, but what kind of work you want to do, which goes into choosing what you want to do. The two are very similarly related in the fact that knowing what you want to do will impact your city, vice versa. Then you have tricks of the trade, small things that you need to know to try to improve and be a better event planner. And finally, you have the unknown truths, the things that nobody really wants to tell you about being an event planner, but that you need to know unless you want to change careers mid-shift. And just to summarize it all up, event planning is hard work, but if you know what you're doing and you know this going into it, you can be better prepared for anything that is to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So